Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. Liu Yangwei, chairman of Foxconn, said in an interview that the domestic rumor that the yield rate of iPhones made in India is as low as 50% is a complete lie. If the Indian manufacturing is so bad, Foxconn would have withdrawn from India long ago. However, he also said that Jingzhou Foxconn is Foxconn's largest factory, and the number of employees in Jingzhou Foxconn reached 400,000 during the peak period. Previously, domestic media said that the yield rate of iPhone 15 made in India was as low as 50%, and the E. coli exceeded the standard, which led to Europe returning the iPhone 15 made in India. Chinese consumers certainly rejected the iPhone 15 made in India. So Apple had to declare that all iPhone 15s sold in the Chinese market were made in China. Having learned from last year's lessons, it is said that all iPhone 16s sold in the Chinese market this year will also be made in China to avoid the iPhone 15 being listed and sold again, but affected by the Indian version of iPhone 15. It can be seen that Apple still cares about the Chinese market. After all, the Chinese market is now the world's largest iPhone market. However, Apple will also manufacture iPhone 16 Pro in India this year, which is a step further than last year. Last year, only the low-end iPhone 15 and iPhone 15 Plus were manufactured in India. This part is naturally completed by Foxconn's factory in India, because the Wistron factory acquired by the Indian consortium has not yet confirmed that Apple will give it an order, and the control of Pegatron's Indian factory is in chaos under negotiation to sell to the Indian consortium Tata. Foxconn Liu Yangwei's remarks are undoubtedly to justify Foxconn's Indian factory, but it is also a fact that Foxconn's Indian factory has developed slowly. Foxconn, which went to India to set up a factory in 2019, still has only about 50,000 employees in the Indian factory, while the Jingzhou Foxconn factory was built in just 2 years and recruited 300,000 workers. The two are completely incomparable. Although Liu Yangwei has justified the Indian factory, the problems that plague Foxconn still exist. The production efficiency and technical level of Indian workers cannot be compared with those of Chinese workers. Chinese workers can work overtime without complaint, while Indian workers have repeatedly stopped work, resulting in the difficulty of improving the production capacity of Indian factories. For Foxconn, the Indian consortium has become a major threat. The Indian consortium Tata has acquired Wistron's Indian factory, causing Wistron to almost withdraw from the iPhone foundry industry. In 2023, Apple only allocated 1% of the iPhone 15 orders to Wistron, and Pegatron's control is under negotiation. The only remaining Foxconn is worried that its factory in India will eventually be acquired, and this danger has already come to it. Since last year, Foxconn's other factory in India has been dedicated to OEM for a Chinese mobile phone company, but this year this factory has lost 70% of Chinese mobile phone orders, and local Indian foundries have taken these orders. Due to the existence of this threat, Foxconn has stopped its expansion plan for the Indian factory from the previous 70,000 to the current 50,000. On the contrary, it is now recruiting workers in Jingzhou on a large scale, recruiting 50,000 people in 2 weeks, which is equivalent to the total number of employees in the Indian factory. It can be seen that Jingzhou Foxconn is much larger than India Foxconn, and Foxconn has many factories in mainland China, such as Shenzhen Foxconn, Chengdu Foxconn, etc. In addition, Foxconn also suffered setbacks in Vietnam. Vietnam required Samsung, Foxconn, and others to cut electricity by 30%, which led to Samsung handing over a large number of mobile phone orders to foundries in mainland China. Last year, more than 40 million units were manufactured by Chinese mobile phone foundries, and it is said that this year it will increase to 67 million units. Foxconn packed Vietnam's equipment and shipped it back to the Chinese factory. Just that packed China's equipment and shipped it to Vietnam before. But this time the return to Made in China is not very good. Of course, Foxconn is still very important for Made in China. In the past 10 years, Foxconn has been China's largest exporter. Several foundries in Taiwan, China are among the top 20 Chinese exporters. It can be seen that foundry is still an important part of Made in China. The two sides should be said to have a win-win relationship. Foxconn's chairman denied that the yield rate of iPhones in India is low, emphasizing that Foxconn's Indian factories are developing slowly and have low production efficiency. Apple's iPhone 16 in the Chinese market this year is all made in China to avoid the impact of the Indian version. Foxconn is worried that the Indian factory will be acquired and the Chinese factory is expanding rapidly.